Hello friends, it's Wednesday again, and every week I'm going to record a short conversation, which is basically me talking to the congregation because I can't do that in as many ways now. So one of the things that I've been thinking about this week is that right before the coronavirus sort of disrupted our lives and our home life, our work life, our school life, our church life, Central had started a strategic planning process to help us envision what our ministry would look like during the coming decade. And so we were thinking about our vision. How do we vision Central's main ministry? Vision is aspirational, meaning that a vision is something that isn't yet available, but we would like to see it happen in the world. For instance, if you're the American Cancer Society, your vision is a world without cancer. So one of the questions for us is, as a church, what is our ultimate vision? Are we going to focus mostly on hunger, social justice issues that are part of Central's history? And so we've been talking about this with a wonderful group, and we were prepared to have a potluck on March 29th to talk about those ideas. But of course, we can't do that right now. In the meantime, we've had to very, very quickly change the way we connect as a church community and the way we reach out to people who are in our community and world. So we've moved to online worship, we've moved to online Bible studies. And we're learning some things. We're learning, for example, that our worship attendance is higher than it's been in decades if you count the number of people who view our services on some kind of social media platform. We've discovered that our Bible studies can be attended by people who live further away or perhaps don't want to drive at night because now they can come on Zoom. And we're realizing, I think some of us in the older generation, that technology can actually be a connection. Sometimes people my age and older have thought about technology as a barrier. For example, I used to think that anytime somebody had a cell phone out during class or during worship, they were not paying attention. Then I went to a church in Des Moines where the pastor read from the Bible on his cell phone and had his sermon notes on his cell phone. And I realized that for many people in our context, the world is changing and worship is looking different. I think the virus is actually going to, in a strange way, help us become a stronger church because of what we're learning. Some of what we're doing now, we will continue to do even when we are able to gather again for corporate worship. And we may also continue to reorient or restructure some of our other programs. We may be experimenting with new kinds of music and other ways that are meaningful to people to worship and to gather and to connect. So one of the things I'll let you know today is that we're discovering the way that we have recorded our services is not sustainable with our current staffing. And so Robbie and I are talking about how we can continue to provide a really meaningful worship service that doesn't take 30 or more hours a week of his time to pull together. And so you will notice some changes. For example, starting next week, we will be sending words to hymns out through 3700 Pacific instead of trying to project them in the online video. And so just watch for some of those changes and help us as we continue to experiment with how we can keep connected. I am so grateful for our congregation. It's amazing to me how many of you have stepped forward and are supplying our food pantry, you're sending cards, you're calling people, you're offering your help with technology, and this is making such a difference. I'm also very proud that Central in March was able to pay our conference tithe and our second mile giving for the district in full, and I expect we will do the same in April. So we are sustaining our ministry here and beyond the church. I really look forward to when we can worship in the sanctuary, but in the meantime, you'll be hearing from me every week in this format, and of course, every week in worship. Bye for now.